So I inherited this Victorian dollhouse from a family that no longer wanted it. And it was basically a wreck. It was completely empty, and it had been empty for years and years and years. And it came with the regular dollhouse pieces that you see. It came with a set of stairs that are, frankly, disproportional to the scale, which should be 1 inch to the foot. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do this 1 inch to the foot, and I'm going to recreate what would happen if one were to really renovate a house. This was the original roof, which was flat, which was really just for kids to remove when they wanted to play. But I noticed that a mansard roof really has a hip roof as well on the top of it. So I created the hip roof. Took this off, and I decided, if I can't use these stairs, I'm going to make my own stairs, and I'm going to make a portico to go right here. And that's what I did with this right here. This is the portico that looks like it's being constructed, but it is in fact a perfect fit. I'm not going to do that because I'd have to remove that, but it's a perfect fit for the front of this house, and it's commensurate with the style of the house as well. So that was one thing that I did. And then I thought, okay, let's go to the other side of the house. I'll go to the other side, and like any dollhouse, there's an open area, usually it's on a hinge, where children can open it up and then close it back up again. So this wall I removed. This is that wall, and I thought it needs an extension. So I put an extension on the house, which if I take and put right up to the house, it again fits perfectly up against the house. Those stairs are getting in the way, but I could remove them. It fits perfectly next to the house. And if you turn it around, you can see where the bedroom has wallpaper that's continued from inside the house. And it also has a piece of furniture that is just basically hanging off. But that piece of furniture fits really nice, the hutch fits really, really nicely into the dining room. So I'll very carefully put that back. And next, I thought so many of these Victorian houses have towers on the top. So I created a custom-made tower that fits right on the top, right on top of the hip roof, angled properly to fit like a glove. It's got a trap door so that people can get access to it. And this will be a separate exhibition, which I will place down here. And people will be able to use their imagination and see that maybe that could go on the top. Next thing I thought of was this interior scene. Obviously they needed a bathroom, so I created a very old, sort of primitive Victorian bathroom. This particular construction fits perfectly into the construction that I showed you before. It fits perfectly into this. The bathroom would be here. The hallway would be here. You can see how this hole lines up with the hole in that. Everything lines up. So it would conceivably fit. I'm not going to fit it in because one has to use one's imagination to see this as both a component of something larger and standing alone on its own. The next thing I thought of was I had to cut a piece of the side that I removed to make that extension over there. So I said, what am I going to do with this facade, this piece of facade? So I thought, well, I'm going to show a little bit about, well, first of all, this would fit, again, this would fit perfectly on that construction, but and I made a new door for it, which I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but everything is just kind of randomly in a pile because I wanted it to look like it was being made and being constructed, and everybody knows how messy construction jobs are. But this illustrates something about how to hang a ceiling. When you hang a ceiling, you have to do this grid-like structure here, and you have to create these purlins, they're called, which hold the ceiling up and attach to the roof that's over there in that section that I showed you before. So everything fits imaginatively and realistically into the remaking of the dollhouse.